Right, today we're going to talk about squats. The reason we're going to talk about squats is because people have a strange mixed relationship with squats. I mean, you should never have any kind of relationship with exercises and workouts you're doing in the gym, but hey ho, we do what we can. Here's a lovely man doing squats. I don't know who he is. It's a terrible place to do squats. He's nowhere near the squat rack. Why do they take pictures like this for lifestyle photos? It doesn't matter, but here's the point. You will have read the title of this video, and maybe some of you will be mad. It's kind of the point. It's kind of the idea, because again, I always try and move my videos in a direction of questions that people are asking me, which I always appreciate. And so many people seem to hate doing squats, right? They absolutely hate them. And so I go to the gym, I try and do squats, and all that happens is I load up the bar, I do crappy repetitions, and then I just leave it after a while because I don't want to do them. But then, you know, I see on the internet, I see on Instagram or TikTok, whatever it is, people saying, oh, you gotta do squats, you're not gonna be able to get this, you have to do squats, you're not gonna be able to get that. What kind of nonsense is this? Like, let's just break it right down, right? What is going to the gym? Why are you going there? To break down the muscle in order to eat a bunch of food and try and build it back up again. It's a very simplistic way to look at it. But you're trying to achieve muscle protein synthesis. If you don't want to do squats, don't do squats. That's what I want to get at today. Just don't do them. Just throw them into the toilet and flush the chain and never think about them again. Now, of course, squats are an incredible, maybe the best mass building exercise you could throw into a program, because you are essentially becoming a donkey. You put a bunch of weight onto your back, and then you go all the way down to the floor, and then you come back up again. So while, of course, your quads, your hamstrings, and your legs, and your ass, your glutes, are gonna be taking the brunt of all this, your upper body still has to come into play a little bit, otherwise you'd fall on the ground, right? You'd fall on the ground and you'd be smashed on the floor. And nobody wants to be smashed on the floor. So yes, it's an incredible exercise. And yes, there are studies that show if you do heavy squats, or you do squats, said do, make sure you put that in the comments, I know how much you love it, that you may get a tiny boost of testosterone. But we're talking 1-2% here. You're not all of a sudden gonna do squats and turn into Ronnie Coleman, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Jay Cutler. That's nonsense, right? That is gibberish. You can take all of that again and throw it into the toilet with everything else. But if you're I'm not talking about people that are trying to be competitive bodybuilders or people that may be in some kind of intensive weightlifting program. They have a totally different goal, and they're going to be advised why they should do squats. It's going to help with this, it's going to help with that, etc., etc. If you're a powerlifter and you're a strong man or strong woman, of course you need to do something like this. But if you were just an average Joe, I hate that term, but we'll use it because people know what I'm talking about. If you were just an average Joe and you just want to go to the fitness palace of life and you just want to see some muscle definition, you just want to see some muscle growth, you want to see some abs, you want to see some shapes, so you look in the mirror and go, oh my gosh, man, I'm so happy with my life right now. You don't have to do squats. You really don't. You don't. You could do leg press, or you could do leg raises, you can do hamstring curls, you can do glute ham raises, or you could do whatever the flub you want. You can stand there and just go up and down doing body squats until your legs absolutely kill. Now, there are differing levels of intensity when it comes to these exercises, the squat probably being right up there with the best of them. But what the hell is this bizarre, this absolutely bizarre approach to fitness where if you don't do this one thing, you're never going to get any gains? Your body doesn't know if you're doing squats or not. It has no idea, right? It just knows that when you break the muscle down, you've broken the muscle down, and then it will kind of pay attention to the nutrition you're giving it, and it will take it from there. So you can come up with your own tailor-made program that makes you happy and makes you feel warm and fuzzy in your tum-tum. And I get that a lot of my videos have the same message, but I don't quite, I do see other people saying it, but I also see a lot of people telling people the opposite and going, you must struggle and you must do things that you hate. All that is going to achieve is that you won't go to the gym. It's the same with your diet. If you don't enjoy your diet, you're not going to do your diet. It's why a lot of people are talking about Eddie Abu at the minute, smashing it on TikTok, and more power to him. And his approach to diet is, don't eat anything nice ever.
This is a fucking chocolate bar.
That's not true. He does like what he's doing. You can tell he's very passionate about it. And I think that's awesome. But it's not a one size fits all, right? Not everyone is going to be able to step into the same shoe. So if that's what works for you, do it. But if it's not working for you and you cheat on your diet or you quit your diet, whatever it may be, because you hate it and you're not enjoying it, maybe it would be better to take a James Smith approach, which is, hey, let's take 20% of our foods and make sure that they're in the diet and these are the ones that we enjoy eating. And then for the rest of the 80%, well, okay, we're not massively up on it. We don't care because we're still getting the 20%. It's the same with squats, right? And don't forget, you don't have to do heavy squats. Why has we entered this world where if you're doing a bicep curl, most people are like, oh yeah, 12 to 15 reps, range of motion, that's what we're talking about. But with a squat, it's like, you gotta do 4 reps, 4 really heavy reps. If you don't do 4 heavy reps, you've absolutely screwed it. Why can't you just do 12 to 15 reps on squats? And why can't you get to the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th rep? And maybe you don't hit failure, but maybe you're starting to feel it, you give it that extra that we do when we're in the gym, and then you re-rack it and you do it again. That's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. You are still going to see stimulus from that. You are still going to see results from that. The idea that the squat is going to be dependent on your physique and how you look is truly, truly baffling for me. So My brand new thing is to try and fight back against all this ridiculous advice or these ridiculous pathways that people are trying to steer you down. There is no one exercise in the gym that you have to do. As long as you're going in there with the right mindset, you're pushing yourself and you're being intense. You could just go hang out on the the leg raise machine the whole time. Now, again, your hamstrings are going to suffer, but that comes down to science. If you're not working your hamstrings won't grow. If you just do quad raises, leg raises, whatever you want to call them, you're like, why isn't my tricep getting bigger? You're the problem. You're a little bit crazy. And you need to go look at yourself in the mirror. But I don't think anybody, again, that is just going to the gym as a recreational thing should be doing any exercise they don't want to do. Pattern the entire workout around things that you enjoy. And if one day you think to yourself, actually, man, I'm not really seeing the gains I want, then you have a reason to bring them in because you're like, I want to get bigger. I want my legs to look bigger, whatever it may be. The squat can help with that. And then just throw it at the start of your leg workout. That's what I would say. On leg day, make sure the squat is the first thing that you do. It's out the way. It's done. You're going to have more energy at the start of your workout. Stands to reason. Once again, that side. And then you can get into the stuff that you do enjoy. Now, this isn't me saying that you shouldn't train legs, but ultimately, you can choose to do that as well. Nobody is forcing you to train legs. It's like karaoke, right? It's the weirdest analogy ever, but it's true. Sometimes when you go up to do karaoke and you sit back down, someone says to you, that wasn't very good. No, it's karaoke. I'm not appearing on like some kind of singing award show here. It's not The Voice, you absolute mother flubber. The whole point of karaoke is just to enjoy yourself. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. If you want to enjoy yourself at the gym, enjoy yourself at the gym. And if anyone looks at you and goes, man, you got terrible legs, you go, yeah, I've got terrible legs. Same with the karaoke. I don't train my legs. And that makes you a little bit of a weirdo, but you're allowed to be weird. It's your life. And you should be doing things to put a smile on your face and warm and fuzzy feelings in your heart. So honestly is my take on it. No, I do squats and I train my legs twice a week. I think it's super important to have a symmetrical and balanced body. But I wouldn't necessarily say that I get excited about doing legs. Some people leg day. I wouldn't call myself that guy. And there are other exercises I prefer more. And maybe my 2 leg days are the ones that I don't really shift around as much. Maybe if I were going to on a super tired day, I think what I'm trying to get at is here, I'd be more likely to hit my program as it was on an upper body day. And then maybe I'll take some shortcuts with a lower body day. But again, that's definitely the exception and not the rule. But I would never judge anyone, and I'd never look down on anyone or think less of anyone if they just said, I don't train legs. If you just want to train arms, just train arms. Again, you're going to look really, really weird, and you'll be a bit of a gym bro. But why do we care about all this stuff? You should be training for you. You shouldn't be worried about what anybody else is doing, because it absolutely doesn't matter. Maybe they're going home and crying into their oatmeal because they're not happy with what you're doing. I'd rather you went home and cried into your sneaky Rice Krispies. You're meant to be eating, but at least you're feeling good. Now, of course, health and happiness and safety is the most important thing here. The gym, as it has got more popular, or fitness as it got more popular, has gone down this horrible negative route almost, where there's only one way to do things, and that's not true. Again, if you just want to do bodyweight exercises, absolutely, just do them. You will still see results. Now, eventually, you're going to have to change up your program anyway, because your body gets used to it, and you have to kind of stress your body out in order for it to grow. But there's so many ways you can do that. So pick the things that you do like, and just make sure you go. I think that's the message I try and leave with you today. What is the dangling carrot that you're going to try and eat, Bugs Bunny, that will make you go to the fitness palace of love? And when you're there, maybe the squat rack becomes free, and because you've got your music in your ear and you're enjoying the atmosphere, you do get an urge of motivation, and you go and do it all the same. I said this, I've told this story a few times. A good while ago now, probably 10 years ago, my squat sucked. I had no form in it whatsoever, and I was honest with myself, and I literally stripped the bar down. I restarted with just the bar, which weighs usually about 20 kilograms, and I made sure I could do 12 to 15 reps of that with great form. Then I put on 2 10s, then I put on 2 20s. And I slowly built it back up until I was lifting what I was lifting before, but this time, my squats were twice as good, because I was doing it right with the right range of motion. The prize for prize. I wouldn't say my legs were twice as big, but they were noticeably bigger. It's the same this year, the same last 18 months. I've really been focusing on my hamstrings, which were an area that I have been lackluster in. And as surprise, look at my legs and go, oh, my hamstring have grown. Because it's that simple, right? It's that simple. Everyone is going to have natural levels they get to where it's really, really hard to grow. But if you haven't trained your calves, for example, calves don't count. Calves are ridiculous. But if you haven't trained your hamstrings in the proper way, and then you introduce it like you would train a bicep, a chest, a shoulder, a trap, whatever it may be, then yes, you're going to get the same output. It just stands to reason. You just will. Sometimes 2 + 2 = 4. Sometimes 2 + 2 = potato. So yeah, squats are not the be all and end all. Squats are not important. There are far more integral things in life that you should be focusing on. And that's my message today. Now, of course, please do like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the bell, ding ding. So other videos are going live. There will be a video on the screen. Please do give it a click. Grillermind.com/Simon. Use these code Simon, I should say, to get 10% off. Best pre-workout in the game. Stand by that. Strike me down if I'm lying. That's what I think. Simon316 on X and Instagram. On Cameo, if you'd like a personalized video message, it's just Simon Miller. Patreon.com/Simon316. Merchandise. It's all down there. Go in the description, click some stuff. If you could buy a t-shirt, I would massively appreciate that. But if you do have a leg day and you've been dreading squats, even if it's just for today, flick them away and bring them back next week. No one's gonna know, because in the gym, nobody is paying attention to you anyway. Apart from that one guy, that guy's a dick.